update for week 27 on the PCT 2020. And we hiked from VVR to Yosemite National Park. We took a little detour actually. We scored a permit to take the JMT from the PCT all the way down to Yosemite Valley. So I'm gonna go through that right now. Day 179, we hiked over Silver Pass, and it was cool because we saw a mule train going up there. So that was kind of a neat sighting that I hadn't really seen much of in 2019, honestly. So I guess that's pretty frequent in the Sierra for mule trains to come through. So we saw a mule train, and the approach to Silver Pass was actually very steep and exposed. So I was not doing a good job of staying hydrated and cool, so I ended up getting altitude sickness, and I hadn't got altitude sickness since 2017. I'm kind of prone to it, but I usually know what to do these days to avoid it, but I let myself get dehydrated, unfortunately. I didn't take any of the anti-nut shoes that I mentioned in the previous video. That really helped with my altitude sickness. So didn't do the right things that day. So started experiencing altitude sickness right on the top. Felt nauseous, didn't want to eat. And on the way down, it progressively got worse. So I started kind of hallucinating. I started like talking to birds in the trees, which is not the first for me. So I knew what was happening, and I knew it wasn't dangerous for me because it's happened before and I had been fine. So I knew I was descending and tried to hydrate a little bit more. So we descended to, we passed Victoria Lake, which was amazing. There were a lot of people out there. So it's kind of like a touristy backpacker area, but really beautiful. I could see why. Would love to go back there someday. And then kept descending to Purple Lake, which is really neat. We camped in like the horse camp area because there was nobody there. But yeah, there were a lot of backpackers there as well. I think that's a destination because it's pretty close. It's just outside of Mammoth. So I think a lot of people go there out of Mammoth as a destination. So it's kind of hard by that time when we were rolling in to find camping spots. So we ended up going to the horse camp. And I was still experiencing altitude sickness until the next day, actually. So I was just like, I don't even know how I got my tent up, honestly. I was kind of like delirious, but made myself eat something and just get some rest and hydrate. So the next day we kept descending, and about lunchtime my altitude sickness subsided, luckily. So that was nice. I was actually like more coherent at that point. And then hiked into Mammoth Lake, saw a lot of day hikers out there. And just as we kept descending into the parking area of the trailhead to get into Mammoth Lakes, it was like about a 3-mile off the PCT hike to get in to the trailhead where we could catch the free trolley in the summer. So that's something to note. There's a free trolley in Mammoth in the summer that was open. Just had to wear your mask and sanitize your hands and all that, but everything was open. And there were a ton. I was really surprised at how many people were out. But that's something you could do at that time. One of the only things you could do as a family to like get out of the house during the pandemic was to go outside, go outdoors. So I think that's what a lot of people were doing. And there were a lot of people that I think were road tripping. So road tripping has been big in 2020 in California, and it became very apparent at that time. So ton of people out, ton of people hiking, lots of happy people, which was nice to see. And yeah, took the trolley into Mammoth Lakes, which I loved. We took a 0 there the next day, so going into day 180. Lots of great places to eat there. Everything was open, outdoor seating and that sort of thing. But again, tons of people out road tripping. And yeah, we did our laundry, got some ice cream, went to some cool places to eat. I had to get some pants because my other pants were getting holes in them. So went to a little outfitter to get some Patagonia pants. And those unfortunately were kind of my only options. There weren't many other outfitters that had what I wanted, like for pants. So anyway, got some Patagonia pants, did all that stuff, took a zero. I started feeling a lot better from the altitude sickness incident. And yeah, loved Mammoth Lakes. Definitely recommend going there if you have the chance. So like I said, day 181, we took a zero in Mammoth where we resupplied and all that. And then day 182, took our time in town. We went to this place called the Warming Hut for breakfast, which was legit. Go there if you're in Mammoth. Their food was amazing. They had freshly squeezed orange juice, which is my alternate trail name because I'm always looking for freshly squeezed orange juice in town. So that's always a bonus. So yeah, definitely recommend going to the Warming Hut if you're in Mammoth Lakes. And then we hiked out 9 miles toward Devil's Postpile, so went through that area. A ton of tourists again, for good reason. It's a big destination for a lot of people, especially when they're going to Yosemite. It's a cool stop. So saw Devil's Postpile for the first time. It was amazing. Snapped a lot of photos. And then hiked down to right near where the JMT alternate is for the PCT going northbound. So hiked there, and we decided to take the JMT alternate the next day. So day 183 did that, and we passed so many cool lakes. I think there was like Ruby Lake, Emerald Lake, Rosalie Lake. We saw this bald eagle, which was amazing. I don't normally see bald eagles in the Sierra, so I thought that was pretty cool. So stoked about that for a while. Hung out at that lake for a bit, and then we ended up camping at Thousand Island Lake, which is amazing. So many people there though, so I don't know if I could do it over again. I might have camped near Emerald Lake because that was a little less crowded, or Ruby Lake. So just a note, if you want a little bit more seclusion, maybe don't camp at Thousand Island Lake, maybe just spend a lunch there or something. But it was amazing, especially at night when there was like the sunset going on and see so many stars. I didn't put my rainfly on at night, so it was still a great experience. There were just a lot of people there. So note to self, if you want a little bit more seclusion. I love like that there's like part of it that collapsed and it's just like leaning.
Have you guys been up there?
To the top? No.
It looks like hexagons up there.
Sweet.
Yeah. Well, there's a trail that, well, we passed one up that way, but there's also
This is Emerald Lake.
It was so dang close to
Thousand Island?
T Island.
Wow, look at that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Did you look all the islands?
Day 184, hiked over Island Pass and Donahue Pass. Island Pass didn't really even seem like a pass. It was pretty flat, so I didn't really count that one, but officially it was a pass. And then headed up Donahue. That was a worthy pass. It was definitely steep and exposed, so a lot of times when I knew it was going to be exposed, most passes are, I would dip my buff into like a lake on the way up or a little stream or whatever on the way up and put it around my neck to keep myself cool, because it does get pretty hot on those passes. So definitely exposed. And yeah, worthy pass. Made our way down into near the Tuolumne area in Yosemite, and camped. And the next day, I was really looking forward to the next day because we were camping more into the Yosemite area. And it was also Calzone's birthday that day, so we knew it was going to be special. So yeah, we hiked along the JMT, 16 miles. And we passed Cathedral Lakes, which was amazing. Probably one of the most amazing spots on our whole trip in 2020 was near Cathedral Lakes in Yosemite, and just going out of there toward the valley. Amazing views of Yosemite that I had never seen before. I've been growing up going to Yosemite, but I've never seen it like this. So I definitely want to do that trail again someday, going from the PCT into the valley. So beautiful, beautiful views. And got to swim in one of the Cathedral Lakes, so that was awesome. And then we ended up at High Sierra Camp with another amazing view of all of the mountains and everything. So highly recommend that, and I know I'm going to be going back there someday because it was just so beautiful. So we got to enjoy dinner with the alpine glow on the mountains as the sun was going down. And so yeah, that wraps up week 27 on the PCT, and I will update you soon on week 28. Here we are near the Cathedral Lakes area.